Hey, what's up, gamers? And here's a game review on obviously the most anticipated video game on my list, that is, for this year, Mortal Kombat X. Now, before I get to the game review, might I address the title, Mortal Kombat X? Why is it called X, may you ask? Yeah, obviously that's a Roman numeral for 10, and you're probably asking, wait, it's the 10th game in the series? There were so many of them. Obviously, I don't think they counted the spin-off and re-release games like the ones on PSP and Game Boy Advance and Shaolin Monks and so forth, and I guess the Sub-Zero game and Gold Edition of Mortal Kombat 4 on Dreamcast, I believe it was. So, yeah, in case you're wondering, yes, this technically is, in chronological order, the 10th game in the series. Because it actually is a direct sequel to the 2011 game, which most people refer to as Mortal Kombat 9 in the installment, even though it was called Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it was just called Mortal Kombat. I always call it New Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat 2011. But I guess they called it Mortal Kombat, even though despite the fact that it bears the same exact name as the original classic game on Super NES/Sega Genesis in the arcade. But this one actually takes place right after that one. And does it deliver? Bet your ass it does. For starters, there are a lot of new characters in this game, but let me get to the basics of it first. Yes, it's a 2D side-scrolling fighting game once again with 3D elements, much like this one, and it does borrow a lot of elements from this game, Injustice God Among Us, being that it's made by the same publishers, Warner Brothers and NetherRealm, of course. So, but there's no DC comic characters this time around, at least not for DLC. But you got most of the familiar faces that you probably noticed. You got Kung Lao, you got the chicks Katana and Melina and Liu Kang, and you got some new faces like, of course, you got Johnny Cage in there as well. But most of them may seem a little different this time around. They kind of made them look a bit stranger. And yes, you can also download the different skins and the classic skins as well if you're looking to pay for them. And if you pre-ordered it early ahead of time, you actually get Goro as a playable character. And not to mention he's the second to last boss when you're doing the traditional fighting challenge tower. Most of the familiar stuff is there. You got the challenge tower, like I said, you know, it wouldn't be Mortal Kombat without fighting your way up to the top. You got Goro, only Goro, no Kintaro and Motaro, unfortunately. No Dragon King. This is getting back to the basics. And no Shao Kahn, of course, but you do have somebody who's related to him, I think, something Kahn. Yeah, you got a bunch of new characters, like Cassie Cage, which is Johnny Cage's daughter. She's pretty cool, I must say. Her fatality's pretty awesome, and fatalities galore, alright. Unfortunately, this game, they took out the stage fatalities. It looked promising that they would be in here, but they did bring back brutalities, which differ depending on which arena you're fighting in. So, it's got to be done in a very specific manner, and I think it requires your character to have a certain amount of health left to be able to perform it. So, I always sucked with brutalities, let me tell you, because, I mean, I'm talking about the ones on Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Let me tell you, they were a pain in the ass for me to do. The long button combinations, I could never, ever master them. It was just impossible for me, but this game, it seems a little bit easier to do. I was not able to master them just yet, but I probably will get better at it. But there is, getting back to the whole Injustice God Among Us scenario, there actually are background effects that you can interact with. Like, you can throw stuff, depending on what your environment you're in, you can throw stuff at your opponent, or you can just jump on and jump off different things and move around. It's pretty cool, actually, and the effects are really well done. So, being that it is a 2D side-scroller, the 3D effects are really cool, and a great feast for the eyes as well. And boy, blood galore. And also, we got the return of X-ray moves as well. Couldn't ask for any better than that. And they're just as gruesome as ever. In fact, even more gruesome than the 2011 game, may I dare say. Yeah, I mean, it couldn't get any more mortal and bloody than this. Now, the first new things in this game are, aside from the new bunch of characters, which may stick out like a sore thumb, that may be some of the complaints. Yeah, you got Cassie Cage, and people may complain that, you know, you can't bring a gun to a fist fight, but come on. You got all these characters using different kinds of weapons and stuff like their sharp hats and spears. I don't see what the big complaint is with guns or anything, and I gotta say, she's pretty hot as shit, too. Her fatality, like I said, is pretty awesome with the selfie one, and he got Johnny Cage doing the Here's Johnny one. That's pretty cool. But Liu Kang, yeah, he don't have his Dragon Morph fatality. May I ask why? I mean, sorry, but that was classic and very iconic right there. Why did they take that out for? No babalities, no friendships this time, so not that I'm fully disappointed in it. I thought the friendships were pretty funny. But you might be disappointed to find that you can't remember. If you remember in the 3D games, which the game was literally 3D, like Deadly Alliance and Deception and Armageddon, where you can switch between the different stances or different fighting styles of each character. This game you have to choose before the match starts. You know, right after you select your character, you have to select the different type of fighting style that each character gets 3 of them to be exact. So yeah, you can't change them in between fights, which can be kind of disappointing, but I'm not fully disappointed in that. Each comes with variable different moves. Would have been nice to have the option to be able to switch and get every single move, you know, throughout the entire fight, but what are you gonna do there? And yeah, you got all the different towers aside from the classic fighting tower. You got Test Your Luck and Test Your Might, and let me tell you, they can just get as hard as you can imagine, just like in the previous installments. Whew, that's bloody. But no Test Your Sight, unfortunately. Damn it, and that was my favorite one. I was a master at that one. But anyway, the last character is obviously not Shao Kahn, getting back to that. It's none other than Shinnok. Yes, just a random hell-raised character from Mortal Kombat 4, and of course he makes his return in Armageddon. Yeah, he starts out normal when you fight him, and then, holy crap, he gets enormous, and that's where the real fight breaks out there. Oh, so awesome. Even Goro, playing as him, he can actually beat fatalities, and he can do fatalities on him, but his fatality, ripping all 4 limbs off his opponent, damn, it's so sweet. And there's even other DLC characters. They didn't bring Baraka back, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, I thought he was awesome. Hopefully they bring him back soon, but I don't know if I have any real plans on downloading the Tanya, I think. But they do have none other than Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. What is up with these horror movie character selections right here? They bring Freddy Krueger in this one, and Jason Voorhees in this one. Who the hell is next and going to be the next Mortal Kombat game when Mortal Kombat 11 comes out, or whatever the hell they're going to call the next one? Who are you going to have? Leatherface? Michael Myers? Jeez. But though they did just release the Predator character from obviously the Predator movies as a playable character. Jeez, who's next? The Alien character? I mean, Christ, you had Jason and Freddy Krueger, you might as well throw the Alien character from the Ridley Scott / James Cameron movies while you're at it. That would be cool, actually. And, of course, they are also going to release pretty soon, no official word on when the release date is for this one, Tremor from the PS1 game Mortal Kombat Special Forces. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. I wish they'd bring Baraka back while they have the chance. I mean, they got Tanya in there, like I said, and they also have, free of charge, the classic Mortal Kombat fatalities. That's right. They got Sub-Zero's head and spine ripped, bloody as ever, and a couple other ones, but no Liu Kang's Dragon Morph? What the hell's wrong with you, NetherRealm? Damn you! Hopefully maybe in the near future they'll bring it, but hey, it's free of charge, you can download it. Can't go wrong right there. And of course you can also download if you are too lazy to look through the entire crypt and basically look online and try to unlock all the most important things in the crypt. That's right, the crypt also makes a return, just as creepy and spooky as ever. Your creepy first-person view to try to unlock things after getting coins for fights and Tester's Might and so forth. Pretty cool. But anyway, I haven't actually played online with this one yet, but I heard there's a different thing called factions or something. I never really know too much about it. Like I said, I haven't played online too much, and I have heard it's a bit laggish. You know, and that was some of the complaints about this game, aside from the new characters. But this one did have some online lag problems too as well, and not to complain too much about this game, it's purely awesome and gruesome and everything, but if you're going to have an online mode, you know, with fighting and everything, one of the greatest arcade-style fighting games, you know, you got to make your online playable. You know, it's unfair to the players that they have to suffer through all the game lags and the slowdowns I mean, it ruins the fun right there. I mean, slowing down the blood and everything is nice and everything, maybe for a Zack Snyder 300 movie, but not for a Mortal Kombat fighting game. I mean, come on, make it fair. But anyway, it's definitely an enjoyable game, and yes, of course, you do include, go back to the whole story mode thing again, just like in these two games, and more or less like Injustice, getting back to that once again, it's more like that, and yeah, it does borrow a lot of elements from this one, and you may like it, you may not. It's good just for unlocking Chinook as a playable character, that's who you get, not to spoil too much. And yeah, it's more or less just the same crap. Bunch of cutscenes, which some of them you can skip, some of them you can't, and you fight opponents, 2 rounds, gotta win, and they can get pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. Even the very easy mode on this game, and the regular fighting tower gets pretty damn hard. There's the regular basic fighting tower, you got the survival one, which you cannot die, which is sort of like Pit Fighter, basically. It can be brutal if you're willing to take that challenge. Your health never goes back up. You gotta fight all the way through on the same amount of health. And getting back to the story mode, yes, you fight, watch cutscenes, there's some of them you can skip, some of them you can't, and then you got occasional, like I said in Injustice God Among Us, you got some cutscenes where you have to follow some button combinations at a very fast pace, and if you don't do it right, I don't think there's very sufferable consequences, but yeah, it's just makes it more interesting. And yeah, all you do is watch cutscene, fight, 2 rounds, cutscene, fight 2 rounds, and all the way to the end, and that's it. Game ends and you get Shinnok unlocked, like I said. But overall, it's great. I mean, the voice acting is really good. I like everything about this game, all the elements and everything. The graphics are really good. If you want a good reason why you should buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, this is definitely the game to get, being that, well, I originally was going to get the one on Xbox 360, but after the countless delays, and I don't even think it's out now still, I think they're still waiting for it, impatiently, and obviously I couldn't wait much longer. I had to upgrade, and it's no surprise that the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 are pretty much done for at the end of this year, so if you want a good reason to buy a PS4 or Xbox One, well, here's one of your many reasons aside from the new Batman game that just came out. So, all I can say is, Shao Kahn, let's say, it's superb. Yeah, even though he's no longer alive in this game. So my final verdict, a Rockin' Wii Remote Wii Motion Plus up, and a plain Wii Remote up. Trust me, it's superb. So, till next time, happy gaming.